Thank you so much, Allie. Well, Detroit is now looking for a new top cop.
Chief James White will be moving on to start a new chapter in his life. James White says that, well, he is ready for this. He served as the chief of Detroit Police Department since 2021. But he landed a new job as CEO of the DWIHN Integrated Health Network. There were more than 60 candidates. The board unanimously voted to appoint White to that position.
Now, Chief White has an extensive career serving the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan overall. He joined the department back in 1996 until he was selected to lead the Michigan Department of Civil Rights in 2020. Then 1 year later, he was named Chief of Detroit Police.
And we have team coverage of this pivotal moment for the city of Detroit this morning. 7 News Detroit anchor Kira Hay is raising the voices of people in the community.
But let's start with 7 News Detroit reporter Brittany Toulis, who is live in downtown Detroit with more on the Chiefs' next steps.
Yeah, Keenan, Alicia, I am right outside Chief White's soon-to-be new stomping grounds. He applied for the vacant role here at the DWIHN Integrated Health Network last month, and out of 60 candidates, the board of directors voted unanimously to name him the new CEO, and it's a role he accepted to a standing ovation. Chief James White graciously accepting his new role. It'll still have the word chief in it. He's the new chief executive officer for DWIHN Integrated Health Network. The official announcement happening Wednesday. Chief White, a licensed mental health therapist, applied for the vacant role last month, serving as Detroit's police chief for over 3 years. Chief White is a lifelong advocate for mental health. He acted as DPD's top cop as DWIHN Integrated Health Network started its 707 Crisis Care Center and mobile crisis services. DPD officers routinely seeing the impacts of mental health crises, responding to about 48 mental health calls a day. And just days ago, one of those people in crisis being one of DPD's own.
Mental health has no boundaries and borders, as we've just seen in our own police department. It's a lot to be done in the world of mental health, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Something that I'm educated in, I'm passionate about, and it's the next place that I think I can make an impact.
Welcome to stay with us as long as you like, but you're not obligated to stay.
Mayor Mike Duggan saying in his response to the announcement, Chief White's passion and expertise about mental health will go a long way as new CEO.
Since COVID especially, the mental health demands on the system have been far more stretched. It will be a great thing for the people of Wayne County to have a director who demands accountability and performance from the nearly $1 billion being spent on mental health services.
And Chief White's last day as Detroit's police chief and first day as CEO here are not known yet, but Mayor Mike Duggan says he's planning talks with the Board of Police Commissioners immediately to name an interim police chief by next week. And right now, the national search for Detroit's next police chief is on. For now, live outside of the DWIHN Integrated Health Network, I'm Brittany Toulis for 7 News Detroit this morning.
All right, thank you so much, Brittany. Well, this change comes amid a historic drop in crime here in Detroit.
Many crediting programs like the Chiefs Walk a Mile Wednesdays for reaching out to increase community involvement in the fight. And we see 7 News Detroit anchor Kira Hay. You're continuing our team coverage this morning, Kira, with what the community hopes to see in the next chief.
Absolutely. Good morning, Keenan and Alicia. Many people will be sad to see the chief go. I'm included in that number. Under his reign, violent crime and homicides took a dip in the city, and neighborhood policing went up. Now, the purpose of neighborhood policing is for cops to connect with communities at times where there is not a crisis. One of the initiatives that Chief James White became known for, as you mentioned, was Walk a Mile Wednesday. So for an hour, the chief would just walk with anyone who would join him. He did it in every precinct in Detroit. People could ask him questions, and the whole purpose was to come together through fitness. Author Edge joined the chief on multiple occasions, and he hopes the next top cop will do the same.
That's what it takes, getting the community involved, understanding or building that relationship between the police and the communities, understanding that the police aren't bad and everybody in the community isn't bad. But if you build that relationship, then it helps resolve a lot of the negativity that's going on here in the community.
Now, as we've been talking about, the search is on for who will be the next leader of the Detroit Police Department. But everyone that we spoke to say they want the legacy to be built upon, not necessarily to start over with. And also, you know, again, Chief White isn't leaving the city. He'll still be here, just working in a different capacity. Keenan.
All right. Thank you so much, Kiara. Well, stay with 7 News Detroit, both on air and online, as we track what's next for Chief James White and the Detroit Police Department, now looking for a new leader.
Well, the state of Michigan is launching a new tool that puts